Will Isa Nacewa end his Leinster days with the double? Defending champions Scarlets will meet Leinster in the Guinness PRO14 final at the Aviva Stadium in Dublin on Saturday, 6 p.m. kickoff. The Welsh region are seeking back-to-back domestic titles, while recently crowned European champions Leinster have the opportunity to become the first side to complete a European Rugby Champions Cup and PRO14 double. May 26, 2018, 5:30 p.m. live on FormLeinster, LWLWW Highlights of Leinster's narrow win over Munster in Dublin. Highlights of Leinster's narrow win over Munster in Dublin. Leinster have held their nerve in their last two matches to claim thrilling victories over Racing 92 in the Champions Cup final 15-12 thanks to Isa Nacewa's late penalty in Bilbao, and then over Munster in last weekend's PRO14 semi-final when they repelled a late fight back from their Irish rivals to prevail 16-15. They had earlier lost their final two regular season matches to Benetton and Connacht, but top spot in Conference B had effectively been wrapped up by then and the games came either side of their Champions Cup semi-final victory over Scarlets. Scarlets, LWLWW Highlights from Scotstown as the Scarlets booked a place in the PRO14 final courtesy of a comfortable win over the Warriors. Highlights from Scotstown as the Scarlets booked a place in the PRO14 final courtesy of a comfortable win over the Warriors after successive defeats to Edinburgh and Leinster. The Scarlets have found winning form and will head to Dublin in search of a fourth straight victory. Wins over the Dragons and Cheetahs saw the Scarlets finish level on 70 points with Leinster in Conference B, although the Irish side's vastly superior points difference ensured they finished top of the pile. They then followed those victories up with an impressive 28-13 away victory over Conference A winners Glasgow in their semi-final last weekend. Last meeting Leinster booked their spot in the Champions Cup final after beating Scarlets 38-16 in Dublin. Leinster booked their spot in the Champions Cup final after beating Scarlets 38-16 in Dublin. Leinster 38-16 Scarlets, Champions Cup. Leinster secured a commanding victory over the Scarlets the last time the two sides met just a month ago at the Aviva Stadium. The game was almost done and dusted in the first half as tries from James Ryan, Cian Healy and Fergus McFadden, plus 9 points from the boot of Johnny Sexton gave them a 24-9 lead. Scarlets got onto the scoreboard first with one of three penalties from Lee Halfpenny, but ultimately they had no answer to the power and precision of their Irish opponents. Leinster ran in two more tries in the second half through Scott Fardy and Sexton, with Tadhg Byrne scoring a consolation try for the Welsh region in the 79th minute. Key player Sexton is back for Leinster. Johnny Sexton has recovered from the calf injury that saw him miss the semi-final against Munster and will once again be on hand to pull the strings for Leinster. His ability to control the game and game management is vital for Leinster, and the Scarlets will be looking to disrupt him as much as they can. Tadhg Byrne on the charge for Scarlets. Tadhg Byrne, the Scarlets need to be more competitive at the breakdown and the collision areas if they want to stop Leinster. Byrne has all the skills to halt their momentum and will be looking to take them on at the game line and win some turnover ball. Starting at number 8 on Saturday, his tussle with Jack Conan will be one to savor. Pre-match thoughts. Leinster, Leo Cullen. You can see all the qualities Scarlets have. They're very dangerous in terms of when opportunities come along, and they're very clinical at taking them. Their skill set is good and they execute opportunities. They go hard at the breakdown in particular, so they look very strong once again. The first 10 to 15 minutes is huge in these finals, or semi-finals for that matter. You have to make sure you can manage the start of the games well so you're not trying to play catch-up. Scarlets are very good at that. They were incredibly clinical in last year's final against Munster, and they like to come out of the blocks very quickly. Will the Scarlets defend their PRO14 title? Or will Leinster complete the domestic and European double? Live on Sky Sports action from 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. Will the Scarlets defend their PRO14 title? Or will Leinster complete the domestic and European double? Live on Sky Sports action from 5:30 p.m. on Saturday. Scarlets, Wayne Pavac, Leinster are a very good side. We only have to look back to our semi-final where we were completely outplayed. They've gone on to win the big prize and be crowned Euro champions, and deservedly so. To back that up against a good Munster team, not an easy task. A week later, after celebrations and euphoria of winning it, was to me a testament to how strong that squad is. They'll be better this weekend with some guys freshened up. We're expecting a massive game. It's a massive challenge for us, but I think it's a great game. The last year's PRO12 champions up against this year's European champions. If you want to win it, you want to do so against the best. Team News: Leinster players and fans pay tribute to captain Isa Nacewa, who will play his final game for the province in Saturday's PRO14 final in Dublin. Leinster players and fans pay tribute to captain Isa Nacewa, who will play his final game for the province in Saturday's PRO14 final in Dublin. This will be Leinster captain Isa Nacewa's final game before retirement, and he remains at inside centre while Sexton returns at number 10. Jordi Murphy is also playing his final game for Leinster before his move to Ulster, but he has to settle for a spot on the bench as Jack Conan, Dan Levy and Rhys Ruddock get the nod in the back row. Elsewhere, Rob Kearney is back in the number 15 jersey alongside Jordan Larmour and James Lowe, man of the match against Musner last time out. Leinster: 15 Rob Kearney, 14 Jordan Larmour, 13 Derry Ringrose, 12 Isa Nacewa, c. 11 James Lowe, 10 Johnny Sexton, 9 Luke McGrath, 1 Cian Healy, 2 Sean Cronin, 3 Tadhg Furlong, 4 Devin Toner, 5 James Ryan, 6 Rhys Ruddock, 7 Don Levy, 8 Jack Conan. Replacements: 16 James Tracy, 17 Jack McGrath, 18 Andrew Porter, 19 Scott Fardy, 20 Jordi Murphy, 21 Nick McCarthy, 22 Joey Carberry, 23 Rory O'Loughlin. Scott Williams will play his last game for Scarlets before moving to Ospreys, and he joins Hadla Parks, who is making his 100th appearance for the region, in the centres. John Barclay misses out through injury ahead of his switch to Edinburgh, so Tadhg Byrne moves back from lock to number 8 and Lewis Rollins comes into the second row. Lee Halfpenny is also reintroduced at full-back after injury, meaning Johnny McNichol moves to the wing in place of Tom Pretty. Scarlets: 15 Lee Halfpenny, 14 Johnny McNichol, 13 Scott Williams, 12 Hadla Parks, 11 Steph Evans, 10 Rhys Patchell, 9 Gareth Davies, 1 Rob Evans, 2 Ken Owens, c. 3 Samson Lee, 4 Lewis Rollins, 5 Steve Cummins, 6 Aaron Shingler, 7 James Davies, 8 Tadhg Byrne. Replacements: 16 Ryan Elias, 17 Wyn Jones, 18 Werner Kruger, 19 David Bulbring, 20 Will Boyd, 21 Jonathan Evans, 22 Don Jones, 23 Tom Pretty.